Hey, welcome back. So, guys, as part of the today's session, let us see what exactly the prerequisite that we need to configure our machine. So, irrespective of the operating system, you need to download the Node.js, Android Studio, and a Visual Studio Code. The additional thing that you need to do on a Mac machine is an Xcode. So, as of today, I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough on how exactly we can configure this Mac machine. Okay, there will be a next video where in which I'm going to show you how exactly we can configure the Windows machine also. So let's get started with the Node.js download. So I navigated to Google and I searched for Node.js download. And from the search results, I'm clicking on a first link that it is taking to my Node.js downloads page. As I'm on a Mac, basically, it's giving me an option to download this particular package file. So as and when you click on this one, this package would be downloaded. So let me click on this particular one so that the package file has a downloaded. So here is the package file. So when you double tap on it, automatically it will do that particular installation. So a continue button it is asking, you just click on an agree, and it is asking me to install further. As and when you are trying to install it, it will ask you to enter the system password, and if you enter the system password and proceed further, automatically the installation would be successful. And of course, a confirmation message would be displayed here stating that this package has been successfully installed. That's perfectly all right. Now it is asking, buddy, as you have already installed, let me move that downloaded file to a bin. Okay, I'm good with it. Done. Now, what we need to do, as I am on a Mac machine, basically, I'm using a command plus a space two buttons so that this is finder, the search bar is a prompting where I'm entering terminal and hit enter button so that the terminal got opened, where in which node hyphen v, as and when you enter the node-v, the node version that it is installed to this machine is being displayed. And by default, whenever you install a node, npm is also installing, which is a node package manager that comes by default with a node, and it got updated and it got installed successfully. So my node version is 24.18. My npm version is 11.16 that I have downloaded in this machine. That's perfectly all right. With that node, the Node.js is completed. And the next one is an Android Studio. So go to Google again, Android Studio download, and again click on a first link that will take you to the Android Studio download page where you just need to click on this particular download Android Studio. As and when you click on this particular Android Studio, it will ask you for an acceptance. Just click on I have a read, and then basically so Mac with an Apple chip, I'm just selecting it and I'm just downloading this particular Android Studio. Okay, that's it. So once after you have downloaded this particular Android Studio, you just need to install it. So ideally, a kind of a question that comes in our mind, Surendra, why exactly we need this Android Studio, right? The reason here is as and when you connect your Android mobile through an USB cable to this particular machine, it will recognize that particular device just for charging itself, right? If at all we want to perform further automation on that particular device, your system should recognize the operating system, which is an Android OS sitting on your mobile. So, which means if you have an Android Studio downloaded and if you have installed complete Android package software in your machine, so that whatever the Android devices that you have connected your machine would be recognizing that. So, another kind of a question. So, Surendra, you are saying that we need to install Android. Why are you downloading Android Studio then? So the point here is Android Studio is a bundle basically. It comes with a bunch of softwares that are needed for the Android, including the Android software. That's the reason we are downloading the complete Android Studio and we are going to install this complete Android Studio to your machine. So it's taking a couple of minutes time to download it. So, let's take a small break here until this download got completed so that we can continue further from there. Okay. Yeah, perfect. It just downloaded this particular Android Studio. Now simply tap on that particular one, or if you go to the downloads folder that you have downloaded, double tap on this particular Android Studio. This is the pop-up that it is displaying. On a Mac machine to use this one, it is suggesting you to push this one or to drop this one into the application folder. So I'm selecting this file. dragging it and dropping onto this application folder. That's it. So whatever the file that I have downloaded, I just did a drag and drop onto my applications folder. Close it now. Go to your applications folder. You do have an Android Studio. Double tap on it and just launch this particular Android Studio. See here, it is showing a pop-up that, buddy, this Android Studio is downloaded from the internet. Are you sure you want to open? Yes, of course. Just open it. So I just click this open so that the Android Studio is being opening for me. Okay, it will take a couple of minutes. So let's wait and see basically. So this is the way how exactly you can download it and you can open it. And it will take a couple more minutes for us to complete the installation of this Android Studio. Okay, you just need to click on a next, 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 and you need to create a project on that. And then the next one, in the course of time, I'm just switching to the next installation, which is a Visual Studio Code. So why you need a Visual Studio Code? So guys, the simple thing is, I'm just showing you the PowerPoint presentation where I'm writing down that information and I'm showing it for you. The similar way, if at all you want to write down a mobile automation code for an Android or an iOS, there should be an editor, and a Visual Studio Code is that particular editor. So here, Visual Studio Code download. I'm just navigating to its official website. Okay, I'm navigating to its official website. And depending on your operating system, whether it is a Windows or a Mac, so simply download this particular chunk. Okay, simply download this particular chunk. So here I'm just downloading this Apple Silicon. So your download will be starting. So again, the Visual Studio Code is being downloaded. That's fine. So here, as and when you open this Android Studio, so it is asking, buddy, you want to send the statistics? No, I don't want to send any statistics. Then it is displaying that you already have created this projects, and for you, the new project option would be displayed. Select this particular new project and choose by default option, which is an empty project. Click on a next button and leave the name everything as it is and click on a finish button. As and when you click on that particular finish button, it will take a few minutes to download the complete latest Android OS to your machine, and it will finish that particular project setup. That's it. Okay, it will finish that particular project setup. That's it. And once after you have a downloaded and once after you launch your Android Studio, then the next thing that we need to do here is this Android software, we need to update it in our bash profile file and as well as a jet profile file, whatever we have in our Mac machine. So how can we do that? I'm just using a command space and I am using slash users that will be displaying my users, and I have only one user and I'm navigating to my username. So this is what the folder is. By default, it will display only the visible files. In order to display the hidden files, I'm using command shift dot from my keyboard so that all the hidden files got a displayed. Among all those hidden files, you need to choose a dot bash profile. Okay, you just need to choose the dot bash profile. So right click on a dot bash profile, open with a text edit. So there was a bash profile which was already there, and I'm just opening with this particular text edit. So here is the critical thing where you need to update your Android configuration. So whenever you have installed Android in your Mac machine, it will be sitting under user, lucky, library, Android, and as well as an SDK. And we need to update Android home with that particular path. And also we need to update Android SDK root with that particular path. Android home and Android SDK home, we need to SDK root, basically we need to update with this path. And additionally, you need to update the path with the platform tools and as well as a bin basically. So the core Android software will be sitting here in this particular folder, the platform tools and these tools underscore a bin. This file we need to update it here. So we need to use this export Android home, export Android SDK root, and as well as a export path. We just need to put this particular information. All these information we need to update on a Mac machine. It's gonna be on a bash profile, and also it's gonna be on a Jet profile also. It's gonna be on a bash profile and it's gonna be on a Jet profile also. Right click on a Jet profile, open with the text edit, both does contains the same information. So the bash profile and a Jet profile. Ideally, a kind of a question that comes in our mind. So Surendra, if I am unable to find this batch and as well as a Jet profile, what I need to do? See here, basically, in the terminal, go to, okay, in the terminal, go to Lucky basically. Okay, in the terminal, go to your folder in which you will be using touch dot Surendra. Okay, touch dot Surendra. See here, dot Surendra file got a created. Touch is the one which will be creating that particular file. If the bash profile and a jet profile were not there, create a bash profile, update that information, right click on a bash profile, copy, put it again, and here name it as a jet profile. That's the way how exactly you can configure the bash and as well as a jet profile, which has an Android software information, okay, which has a complete Android software information. That's perfectly all right. With that note, so far, we have a downloaded the Node.js. We have a downloaded and installed Node.js and as well as an Android Studio. In the next session, I'll be showing you how exactly you can install the Visual Studio Code and as well as how exactly we'll be installing Xcode. I'll be showing you in our next lecture. Thank you. Bye-bye.